box, and then in this plastic bag, these are all perfume oils, and they are all dupes. First, Spiritueuse Double Vanille by Guerlain. So this is the Oil Perfumery's version of Spiritueuse Double Vanilla by Vanille by Guerlain. Of course, you all know one of my favorites, YSL's Babycat. Number 9, Blackberry Vanilla Musk by Trish McEvoy. It's a very famous one, but I can't remember if it was discontinued or not, or something. It's more difficult to find out that I do remember. Gentle Fluidity Gold by MFK. Another favorite of mine. Wild Blueberry by Malone. Playing with the Devil by Kilian. Casamurati 1888 Lira. Everybody just calls it Lira by Xerjoff. Another classic, Acqua de Gioia by Gioia Armani. And finally, Gypsy Water, or also called just G Water because that is considered a slur, by Byredo. I can't remember how to pronounce this. Byredo. I don't know if it's By or Byredo. Byredo. Anyways, so yes, G Water by them. Maybe you should come up with a better name. Just saying. So here they are. Let me line them up nicely. Give me a second. So here they all are, all 9. And for a few of them, I do have the originals. Well, a couple really. Acqua de Gioia, I have the original Acqua de Gioia, and I have a tiny little sample of Lira. It's a little dabber here of Lira. I have the dupe of Babycat Riffcat. It's very close. And I went to a store and I sampled some of these, including Gentle Fluidity Gold that I saw the card. Not these two, not these one. Wild Bluebell. I've smelled G Water, but not recently. Never smelled. This was Blind Buy. So I will kind of be able to tell you about how similar some of them are, but again, as I've said before, oils will never live up to sprays. Like, even if you had the actual literal oil used to make the real scents, it's going to still smell different because you don't have the spray, you don't have the same rate of evaporation, and you don't have the maceration and maturation that happens with the perfumer's alcohol. So they're never going to smell exactly the same. you're gonna want to get close. So I'm gonna say how close I think they are for oils, and if I like them, just in general. Because some are blind buys, as I said. Some are blind buys. Okay, so let's start with Gentle Fluidity Gold before this evaporates anymore. So I was just enjoying that. Such fancy paper for such expensive prices. It's honestly, I just don't know that any perfume could ever be worth the amount of money some houses charge. I just don't. I mean, yeah, I guess you're paying for the brand at that point, because it's like, yeah, you can use high quality ingredients, but at some point it just gets to be a bit much. So, Gentle Fluidity Gold. Let's just put all these to the side then. Gonna use a finger or so. Why did that sound so weird? A finger to test them. Oh my gosh, why is it so drippity? Is it hot in my house or something? I don't know. That was really like it dripped all over. Okay, some of these are drippity. Oh gosh, smells so good. Oh, I kind of want to just smear it all over myself, God, but I can't do that for this. It's kind of all over the place. Maybe I should just make a shoulder smell really nice. Excuse me. There we go. That's got some of the excess off. Okay. Okay. Comparing the two, very similar. Again, taking the oil versus spray into account. This isn't as potent, maybe. Doesn't project as much. Doesn't have the same sillage. Yeah, this one is similar, but I've smelled some of the others. It's not as good as some of the others. I think there might be something wrong with the ball bearing thing in here. This one is how it's spelled all over. Yeah, it doesn't have the same strength and sillage. But it's nice to layer with, I think. But I think I will be getting the, what's it called? The spray dupe of this from Fragrance World, which I do have a little tiny sample of as well. I bought and really liked. Let's move on to the other one. I have the bottle of Acqua de Gioia. Let's get a spray tester for this one. Let's spray the Gioia. Give it 2 nice, generous sprays. Oh yeah, you can smell it in the air already. It smells so good. Rather than putting it on my skin all over, I think I might just smell it out of here. Because I'm gonna run out of room anyways, so. Some cap ASMR there. Takes a while for the spray to get out of the air and out of your nose anyway, so it's good to give it some time, because if you smell 2 things that are the same, one after the other, you're just not going to smell anything. So this isn't as fresh and lemony at the top, but it makes sense that it wouldn't have the same top, middle, and note structure. Should I do notes with you guys? Or should I just put them on screen? Okay. I didn't do it with the Gentle Fluidity Gold. I didn't do it with the Gentle Fluidity Gold, but I'll do it with the others. Okay. Notes for the original Acqua de Gioia are mint and lemon at the top. Water notes and jasmine in the heart, cedar, brown sugar, and French labdanum at the base. So, you don't really get the same top, middle, and dark note structure because it's not evaporating quite in the same way. But the spray is very bright, very fresh, very citrusy at the top. You get some watery notes. The dupe, the oil, is kind of like everything compressed together a little bit, like you're smelling all of the notes at once. It's interesting. Because yeah, I do smell some of the sweetness and the labdanum coming through already in the oil. But they definitely smell similar, and the problem with this on skin is that it really does dissipate quite quickly. So my hope in getting the dupe is to layer them, so do the oil and then the spray, and hopefully together they give me a better experience, because this is very much a spring-summer scent for me. So similar, but kind of like you're getting all of the story at once. It's smelling them side by side. I didn't realize that until I smelled them side by side. It's very interesting. This isn't as sweet and it isn't as fresh, but you can definitely smell that it's what they were going for. Again, the oil is never going to smell quite the same. Let's do the last one that I have the actual dupe for. Not the dupe. The dupe for which I have the actual perfume. I have this teeny tiny Lira dabber. I hate dabbers. I don't even think they should be allowed. Just give me a teeny tiny spray. A dabber is useless. It's less than useless. I get to stand. Yeah, it stood. Okay. Another tester strip here. Should I dip a strip in the oil? Maybe the corner, that's kind of what it's for. So we'll do the oil on the skinny side and then the dabber here on this side. I hate dabbers so much. They just get everywhere. Etiquette is where the dabber's from. It's just, if you live in a major city, you probably have an etiquette or something similar. I hate it so much. It's like immediately trauma-inducing because I feel like I'm gonna just look, that's all you get. It's just like a tapping. I hate you. That'll have to, can I smell it? Not really, goddamn. I have to bleep out my cursing. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Come on, etiquette, get it together. Your etiquette needs to improve. Etiquette. That's better. Gosh darn it. Okay, the oil. There it is. Let me smell this first. Yeah. I'd smelled it before, and the thing is, the reason I bought that oil dupe was because I was hoping that the licorice and lavender would be less pronounced, because those are the two things I don't like in Lira, and I've been really trying to get a lemony sweet thing to work for me. The perfume Devotion turns weird on my skin. Lira, I didn't love the licorice and lavender, so I'm hoping the oil is maybe a little different enough to like it and make it wearable. Let's find out. Oh, this one doesn't have oil everywhere like that. The one did. I thought I'd be able to dip like I could the other one, but now this one's not broken. There we go. Oh, that's an interesting color. Very similar, these ones. And pretty good projection. Maybe a bit too similar. The one I kind of wanted to be more different isn't. There's something about the base oil they use too that kind of makes something about all of them smell similar. At least the more gourmand one so far. The Acqua de Gioia one didn't really have it. Almost like a greasiness to it, but it is oil, so it makes sense. But I wish I knew what what's it called? Their formula is like their base, their carrier oil. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, quite similar, but again, something oily about it. And still not a favorite because, yeah, the licorice and lavender just don't vibe that well with me, but it is very nice. It is a very lemon poppy seed with Earl Grey icing kind of vibe. That sounds like something you'd like. I might wear it a bit, we'll see. But this does have pretty good throat even when I open it. The sillage, the projection is pretty good. You don't have to stick your nose right in it to smell it. Okay, the notes. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting to do notes. I'm sorry for the chaos. I took some cough medicine and I'm kind of out of it. Always read the side effects on any medicine you take. What was this, Lira? Okay, Lira by Xerjoff, bergamot and blood orange and lavender at the top, jasmine, cinnamon, and licorice at the heart, with musk, vanilla, and caramel at the base. If anybody knows something like this without the licorice and lavender, let me know. Again, devotion for some reason turns all musky on me, like soggy, stale cookies. I don't know how to explain it, but only the dry down. And only on my skin, also on my clothes, actually. Whenever it interacts with me on paper, it's fine. So it's nice, and they do smell similar, but unfortunately, something about it I don't like. Sorry, Lira. I know people rave about it. I can understand why, but it's not quite what I'm looking for. I do like Acqua. I also have a little sample of Acqua, and I have like that one, but of course it's like super expensive. And I can't find a dupe yet. Maybe later. What to do next? Let's do Babycat. Let's do Babycat. Baby kitten, baby chat. Chat baby. Up. So I've smelled the original. I don't have any with me. I should buy a decant. And then I have Revcat, so we'll use Revcat, Babycat. I don't even know why I'm filming this. I definitely took too much cough syrup. Okay, Revcat. Well done. Okay, Revcat. These are my notes. The notes for the original Babycat are... I'm not even on the right page. Black pepper, pink pepper, elemi at the top. Labnum and saffron at the heart, which I'm surprised I love this, and I do love this so much because usually saffron goes medicinal and weird. I don't like it, but I do kind of like I like Babycat. Bourbon vanilla, which I wish there was more of in it to make it a bit more feminine. Suede and cedar at the base. I will spray the Revcat. I just can't bring myself to even spend money on a decant of Babycat when this is so good. I mean, the longevity isn't quite as good as the original, but like, not by a lot, maybe an hour. And the price is just, there's such a huge gap, it doesn't make sense. Oh, it's so good. But it doesn't smell anywhere near as good on paper as it does on skin, let me tell you. Or clouds. Because there's something about the pepperiness and the suede that comes out on the skin. Hang on. Do you think that cough syrup impacts your sense of smell? Do you smell worse when you're tired? Is that a thing? Does anyone know? Okay. Now the oil. Oh, so good too. Again, this is for layering. Because I've got Cat, so it's not really about anything but layering and lasting power and having that like intimate as well as bigger bubble. Expressive. Is that what they do for commodity? They have like personal, expressive, and bold or something. The oil is not as spicy. It's not as spicy, which is surprising because I smelled a pepper oil, a black pepper oil today. I actually smelled on. I was in an essential oil, like, yeah, because I'm obsessed with perfumes, and I went and I smelled, oh, there was a coffee one. It was so good. Okay, focus on task. Anyhow, it was very peppery. They needed to add more pepper to the Babycat. Do you know these aren't smelling the way I remember them? Because when I originally got this, I obviously like twisted all this. This isn't a blind react to these to smell them. I don't know, maybe these go off rather quickly, or maybe I'm not storing them correctly, or who knows. They are more liquidy than I remember. I remember it being more peppery. But hey, I'm not complaining. This is a bit more feminine. So, that's cool. Moving on. What's this? Oh shoot, did I not do? Yeah, I did do the notes. Okay. Wild Bluebell. I smelled this today. At a fancy department store where they had actually the Wild Bluebell. I think it was in a Sephora because I went to the Sephora too. I think they were out at the Malone store. Like the tester was empty or wherever I was, and then they did have it at Sephora. It's nice, but the original Malone doesn't last, and for that price it had better. I know some people say it lasts on them, but I think either they have a better nose than I do. Very possible, especially right now. Or I think that, what was I gonna say? Wow, I'm really rambling. They have different standards for lasting. Like, if it's a skin scent, it's gone for me, right? I don't include lingering skin scent where I have to, like, stick my nose up to my skin to smell it as part of, like, the lasting power. It's technically gone. You just haven't washed to that part of your skin yet, and so you can have, like, faint traces. That doesn't count. Yeah, again, not as fresh or as bright as the OG. About the same lasting power, though. Honestly, I'm really starting to question whether I'm actually, like, genuinely being impacted by the cough syrup. Because I didn't want to cough the whole time I was filming this, so I, like, maybe I overdid it. I can't even go and Google, does cough syrup impact your sense of smell? Because, like, my computer is recording and it's similar. Not as fresh, not as sour. Because there's a sourness at the top, but very nice. I'll be using it probably layering with Acqua de Gioia too, to give it a more floral vibe. Let's not do this one, they're too similar. Let's do... I should have, like, spaced these out. Oh, Wild Bluebell. I forgot to do the notes for Wild Bluebell. The notes for... oh my gosh. Wild Bluebell. Watery notes, green notes, clove. I don't know if I wrote that right or not. It says clove and bluebell at the top. Persimmon, Guerlain, and reach in the heart with musk and powdery notes at the base. Yeah, musk and powdery notes, yeah, definitely. The fruitiness is very mild. Being called wild bluebell, I expected more bluebell, but bluebell's quite a mild scent, so you know. I've been aching for a true purple floral perfume, but maybe some other day. Okay. Let's do there's the Spiritueuse. The Spiritueuse double vanille. This was a blind buy, but everyone's like, oh, it's so great. You have to try this. This is the best vanilla ever. Yeah. The notes, even before I begin, are incense and pink pepper and bergamot at the top, cedar, ylang ylang, rose and jasmine at the heart, with vanilla and benzoin at the base. Benzoin. Okay. Spiritueuse double vanilla. Yeah. I think the Spiritueuse, I think there's something like, oh my gosh. I think there might be something alcoholic in it. Because that's what I get at the very top. I don't like this one very much at the top. It needs like a half an hour, even the oil, for me to want to smell it. It's so medicinal. Like, there's something at the top I do not like. And I mean, is it the pink pepper? Because like, I like pink pepper in most scents, so it's like, I love incense and then bergamot, but there's just something about the very top of this, even in the oil, that I don't like. Maybe it's the benzoin. It does kind of smell like a weird medicinal benzoin or something. Benzoin, however you pronounce that. Once that fades, and again, that's the thing about the oil, I feel like you get everything at once, so it kind of flattens it. You don't get it quite as much. You still get like top notes and heart notes and base notes, sure, but they kind of all blend a lot more than I find in sprays. Yeah, this one is not for me. There's something about it that just doesn't buy. But then again, this is the oil. It's the real thing. Might be amazing. So I may still have to try it someday. Okay, let's do Blackberry and Vanilla Musk number 9 by Trish McEvoy. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. The notes are at the top blackberry, shocker, plum and orange at the top, with white rose, osmanthus and tire, flower at the heart, with vanilla musk and cashmere wood at the base. I like this one, it's interesting. There's something surprisingly watery about it, right? The osmanthus and the tire made me think, oh, it's gonna be kind of tropical. But I don't really get much tropicalness from this one. I get a lot of fruity, but I get a surprisingly watery light. Like, it does really remind me of wild bluebell. That's why I didn't want to do them back to back. I prefer this one to white bluebell. It's more interesting. I'm a fruity lover, so it has more fruit. I don't know where I can put this. Maybe here. Oh, this one's spilling everywhere. Yeah, it's quite a nice projector for something that's so like watery and just a little fruity. You don't think it's gonna pack quite as much of a punch as it does. It does really pack a punch. It lasts quite a long time too. It goes into that muskiness, but it still projects. It's not just a skin scent when it gets to the muskiness. But again, in this one, I can smell the top, and well, yeah, I explain it. The tiré is mixing with the fruits in an unexpected way. It doesn't smell as tropical, but it does have like a lotion vibe, but not necessarily a suntan lotion vibe the way I traditionally associate tiré and Samantha's. It's really surprisingly good. I really like it. Okay, now moving away from fruity because playing with the devil is fruity. I'm gonna add some layered sounds because I feel like this is chaotic and boring phrase. Chips, G water. Let's just call it G water. I'm also gonna have to edit out these damn things falling over. They're all 10 milliliters. So the notes for G water are juniper, lemon, maybe. I don't know. I wrote something, but I can't read it. Oh no, juniper berry. That's the word I can't read. Berry. Juniper berries, bergamot, and pepper. At the top, I think it's pink pepper. Pine, incense, and orris at the heart. I usually don't like orris. Sandalwood, vanilla, and amber at the base. I really like this one. Honestly, I think they could have called this holy water because there's something about it that reminds me of holy water. Why? I don't know. Maybe the incense, the pine, or like, it's like if you made pine tea, like survival pine tea, pine needle tea, and then cooled it, and then brought it into a church and used it as holy water, because that's the incense vibe, but also like a pine tree, pine tea. If you've made pine needle tea before, you know what I'm talking about. Such great projection for an oil out of this one. Where'd I put it? I'm losing my mind. Here it is. Packs such a punch for an oil. Seriously, it projects so well. It's quite strong. I imagine the actual thing, and I have smelled it a couple times. Again, at a fancy department store counter. Yeah, you do not want to overspray this one, because it can get overwhelming. But I really love it. I'm a big fan of juniper, big fan of incense. This one's quite interesting. I really do like it. And then finally, playing with the devil, Kilian, a very fruity one. The notes are just open it up and you can smell it already. Blackcurrant, peach, lychee, and blood orange at the top, with pimento, pepper, rose, and jasmine at the heart, and vanilla, sandalwood. What is it right here? Cedar, benzoin, tonka, and patchouli at the base. I don't even know where to put this. Just there. So this one was a blind buy. I'd never smelled this one. Very, very fruity. It did kind of remind me. It was kind of what I was expecting. What's it called? Forbidden Games. Maybe. Is that it? Or is that the name of the dupe? That also had fruits at the top, and this, you can really smell the fruit. It's very nice. It's like a spicy fruit. It's like a fruit herbal tea. It's quite nice. I really like it. I didn't know what to expect, but I like it. The pimento, I definitely smell the mixture of pimento and fruit. I've smelled before in perfumes, and I really like it. It does have a slightly more mature vibe, I think, because of that. Because you think the fruit will make it juvenile, but the kind of spiciness keeps it from being too juvenile. Yeah. Alright, let's rank them. This is actually gonna be tough because I like pretty much all of them except Lira, but then I didn't like the original Lira, so I don't think it's because this one, but it's maybe a little boring, and I've smelled this DNA, if you will, this family of scents before. I don't like. Oh yeah, this one I didn't like. Oh yeah, I can definitely put this one at the bottom. I don't know. Again, I don't know if the real one, but there's just something medicinal and kind of weird at the top. It does go away eventually, and it's a nice vanilla, but I don't know, Babycat I do like. But I like the original, and I like the Riff Cat more. Yeah, then the dupe isn't as good. There it is. You two can go here, because I don't mind the Lira as much as the Spiritueuse. Again, I'm wondering if it's just me or if some of these are already starting to go. If they are, because it's only been a couple months, that is not a good sign for Oil Perfumery. But some of these I want smell fine, so it's like... Do I have 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. So, coming last, Spiritueuse Double Vanilla, weird opening. Next, Lira, but just because I don't like the DNA. The licorice and lavender don't work for me. Babycat, this one doesn't smell like it did initially. Its spiciness is gone. Playing with the Devils, it's nice, fruity, spicy. Smelled it before, been there, done that, but still nice. Good projection for an oil. Wild Bluebell, I like the original, but doesn't last like it in a oil form. Gentle Fluidity Gold, I think this one might be going a bit too. I don't know, maybe it's that I'm lost in my ever-loving mind. Love the original. We'll be getting a spray dupe. Blackberry and Vanilla Musk, surprisingly projecting for an oil. Really do like it for a fruity. Acqua Gioia, love it. Can't wait to 2-layer with it. And the top, Gypsy Water. G Water. Really like it. Love the, it's almost like a cult vibe. That sounds insane. But it's got like holy water mixed with like nature. It's like a hippie church or something. There's something I quite like. I love juniper. I love incense. It's more of a fresh and like cold scent, if that makes sense. Like there's something, you know, it's not warm, spicy. It's got a cold vibe. I like it, but intense. Do not overdo it. So that was my Oil Perfumery dupe review, whispered ASMR review of Insanity. I'll layer some sounds randomly because, you know, lesson of the day, do not take too much cough syrup before you plan on filming something. Even if it seems like a good idea to stop the coughing, it can get worse than the coughing. Now I'm trying to stifle yawns. Goodbye.